You open your eyes for the first time, and the first thing you hear is screaming. Not baby crying, Wookiee screaming. Congratulations, you were just born on Kashyyyk, a planet that looks like someone turned a rainforest into a vertical death trap. You're covered in fur. You're already stronger than most adult humans. You have claws sharp enough to climb skyscraper-sized trees. And your lullaby? Blaster fire in the distance. Welcome to life as a Wookiee. You grow fast. By the time you're walking, you're climbing trees hundreds of meters above the forest floor. And falling isn't an option, because the forest floor of Kashyyyk isn't soil. It's predators. See, Wookiees live in massive treetop cities like Ro and Kachiro, because the lower levels of the planet are basically nature channel, but everything wants you dead. You learn to climb before you learn to talk. And speaking of talking, you can't speak basic. Ever. Your entire language is roars, growls, and what sounds to humans like someone aggressively vacuuming a carpet. Hope you weren't planning on diplomacy. Let's clear something up right now. You are not a pet. You are not a sidekick. You are not the funny, growly one. You are part of an ancient warrior culture with strict codes of honor, complex family hierarchies, and something called a life debt. A life debt means if someone saves your life, you swear loyalty to them. Not for a week, not for a favor, for life. Keep that in mind. It'll matter later. For your early years, things are rough but stable. The Republic exists, Jedi show up occasionally, trade happens. Then one day, the clones land. You don't understand galactic politics. You don't know what the Clone Wars are. You just know war has arrived. Droids march through the trees. Blasters fire. And Wookiees, being Wookiees, don't exactly sit out conflicts. You fight. You lose friends. You roar at the sky. Then the war ends. And somehow, it gets worse. The Galactic Empire shows up and decides something important. You're strong, which means you're useful, which means you're property now. Imperial forces invade Kashyyyk. They burn villages. They shackle Wookiees. Entire families are dragged off-world in chains, including you. Doesn't matter how tall you are. Doesn't matter how hard you roar. Shock collars don't care about honor. You're shipped across the galaxy to build things you'll never see completed. Starships, weapons, maybe even parts of the Death Star. You were born free in the trees. Now, you're a labor unit with fur. Days blur together. You work, you get shocked. You work more. You watch older Wookiees collapse from exhaustion. And here's the worst part. You can't even properly communicate with your captors. To them, you're just noise. Eventually, something changes. A human prisoner gets thrown into your transport. Scruffy, smirking, definitely not quiet. His name is Han Solo. During a prison transfer, chaos breaks out. Blaster fire, explosions. Someone drops a weapon. Han frees you. You could run. You could disappear. You could finally go home. Instead, you stay. Because of the life debt. You just swore yourself to this walking sarcasm factory for the rest of your life. Congratulations. You now work for a man whose primary life skill is winging it. Life with Han means constant debt, angry bounty hunters, gambling losses, running from crime lords like Jabba the Hutt, and living aboard the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, the Millennium Falcon. You are the muscle, the mechanic, the emotional support Wookiee, and occasionally the co-pilot. You fix hyperdrives by slamming them with your bare hands. You rip arms out of sockets when someone cheats. You roar in victory. People laugh. But here's the truth. You're still exiled from home. Eventually, you get dragged into something bigger, a rebellion. You help rescue a princess. You help blow up a moon-sized weapon. You fight in a galactic civil war against the same empire that enslaved your people. You finally return to Kashyyyk someday. You fight to free it. You win. Kind of. But freedom doesn't erase what happened. Entire generations were lost. And through all of it, you were the loyal one, the constant one, the one who never betrayed, never ran, never broke your word. After helping destroy the first Death Star, there's a ceremony. Humans in uniforms, applause, music, medals. They call up Luke. They call up Han. They smile. They cheer. And you? You stand there. No medal, no speech, just vibes. Now sure, expanded lore later tried to fix this, but in that moment, you saved the galaxy and got participation claps. You live for over 200 years. You outlive wars. You outlive friends. You carry memories longer than most species live. You are stronger than almost everyone you meet. But strength doesn't mean control. You didn't choose slavery. You didn't choose exile. You didn't choose galactic war. You chose loyalty, over and over again.